I don't know. Depends what I feel like saying.
I feel like you're crowding me a little bit.
This is where I'm always at, Phil.
What's your position?
This is where I'm always at.
Just telling you how I was feeling. I didn't say I was right.
Oh.
Goodness. No, you're crowding me a little bit. I'm squarely in the middle. Are we always this close?
I don't know. What kind of dip you get in?
Well, I don't chew anymore.
Oh.
Are
Sorry.
we live?
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't chew anymore. What's wrong with you?
I smell it.
What's wrong with you?
There.
No, what's wrong with you?
It's-
Is nothing sacred?
I'm sorry, you still got to hide stuff from your wife and your 80-year-old man.
You're an idiot.
You're a 60-year-old man.
You're literally an idiot.
Why am I an idiot?
My nose, I quit dipping.
Our Dale City fans are going to tell.
No.
Fred, thank you for commenting. Those are working.
Who that?
Take the comment off. Go lower third. All right.
Phil, you got the box tonight again.
Oh, you guys didn't go 8-2?
I did.
Oh, Chris, how did you do?
7-3.
That's not bad. That's respectable. Tough games to pick.
They were tough games. Two of them came down the last play.
The two I lost. It's been my story all year.
Really? Yeah?
It really has.
Yeah, we were all.
I could have been undefeated twice, last play of the game, and then these last two, last play of the game. All the homework I did and study and research, wasted.
Huddle. Let me see if Facebook comments are going to be working tonight.
See, no.
Well, I did. Welcome to the show.
Well, let's see these predictions.
Welcome to the show. Submit. Okay. Come on. T-Fred, McGinnis boys basketball 1-0. Took down Glenpool by 30.
There you go. Beating up on little old Glenpool.
Glenpool's grown since.
They're not that big.
Boy, that was a trip. T-Fred, that tells me Glenpool, I know Glenpool is in 4A this year, so that tells me McGinnis basketball is in 4A. It's hard to keep up with McGinnis, 4A, 5A, and 6A. They're 6A next year.
A lot of movement.
4A football this year. Is that right, T-Fred, 4A basketball this year? I know Glenpool is. It must be. And that I'm guessing that's probably a district game as well. District's now in high school basketball.
4A basketball, 6A2 football.
Yeah.
700 ADM going against 1,500 ADM.
Yeah.
There's something wrong about that.
Well, and T-Fred, correct me if I'm wrong. If the boys go up, doesn't the girls automatically go up too?
How's that fair to the girls?
The girls can be 0-23, and the boys can be 23-0, and I
How's
think
that fair?
both teams get bumped up. Is that true, Fred? Maybe they fix that.
You know, I find myself defending private schools more than
Oh, okay. No districts in class 4A or below, just 5A,
Oh.
6A. Okay, I knew. Okay,
I'm glad they got him in 5A now.
okay. Thank you, T. Fred. One more question, T. Fred. So, if the boys go up, do the girls got to go up, or the boys go down? The girls got to go down as well, or can they be separated? That would be my next question. In basketball, I don't have my drink with me. I gotta go. I gotta use. Oh no, there's bottled water. I'm sure it's cold. I like to have ice with my water though.
Thank you. Bring the water.
You guys are disgusting. It's a real problem. Oh boy. Now how can you not love that little kitty cat? It's precious.
What about the little ones wrestling last night?
That
Was
might
that
have been
not
the cutest
awesome?
thing I've ever seen in
That
my
was
life.
awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
The correct word is coupling, Chris.
What?
Coupling is a correct term for that. If one team's got to go up, the boys got up, the girl got to go up. It's called coupling, according to T. Fred.
Dallas. Evening, Mr. Dallas.
Evening, Dallas.
Dallas in the house.
No coupling in 4A or below, but there is coupling in 5A and above due to districts. Okay. Thank you, T. Fred.
I'm going to try to go all night without yawning. No, that's the goal.
Good. T. Fred's got examples now.
Stop.
So an example,
Pages
Community
long.
Christian is in
I'm not looking
4A, but the girls' team is in 3A. Well, and what's interesting, T. Fred, is that Crossings Christian is now 5A. And I
Are
know
they a contender?
Well, are they contender? Oh, yeah, I bet. So the 5A boys, I know Crossings boys is really good. I'm not sure. Girls are okay, but I think because of the coupling, thank you, T. Fred.
That sounds wrong.
Sounds like
The Crossing girls got bumped up to 5A.
Yes. Yeah. No, it sounds wrong.
something you watch on video.
A few minutes away from getting started, a few seconds away from getting started here.
I got my like button pushed. We got 4 already. Got 11.
Oh, I
watching.
haven't hit mine. I haven't hit mine yet.
So
Mine only shows 2
So there's 7 people that haven't pushed the like button yet
on the YouTubes.
on the YouTubes.
Wow, I show 2.
I got 5 now. I see 5.
Let me refresh.
Well, there's 6.
Yeah, I
5 more. Need to
show
push
5.
it. 5 more. If not, we don't push. We don't start a show. Oh, 6 o'clock. Go ahead, push button.
It is 6 o'clock. Hello and welcome to the High School Huddle. It is state championship week.
I see that.
It is.
What do you think? The new backdrop.
I like it.
Actually,
That's
it
a
wasn't.
shocker.
It wasn't. It was supposed. It wasn't supposed to come up that way. It was supposed to be a surprise, and then it pop up on there. So
That surprised me.
yeah,
I do like that.
yeah. It is state championship game here week here on the High School Huddle. We are presented by Generations Church, along with Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols. I'm Chris Evans. We have finally arrived here, week number 14 of the high school football season. State semifinals for classes 2A, A, and B. We'll have their state championships next week, but this week we are talking state championship games from 6A all the way down to 3A. Also, Class C will have their state championship. We'll talk about all those and as well as all your questions and comments here on the huddle. And we'll also take a look back at last week's state semifinal games.
Good games.
And, there were some good games. We took the venture over to Edmond North.
Yep.
And took in the Stillwater and Choctaw game. We had the computer up, and we're watching all the other great streams as well. And 6A2 games were fun to watch. It came down to the final play in both of those for the most part. And
Killed me.
yeah, you almost went 10-0, Phil.
Absolutely killed me.
Almost. So it looks like you're not. Yeah, you're officially done. You're not going 10-0 at all this year. You might go 3-0 if we do some other games. I think we might be done with game picks this year.
Well, I think we are. 'Cause
Official game
Yeah,
picks
yeah.
as well. But yeah, you missed
Dead
out.
last.
Dead last.
Dead last.
Didn't quite make 10-0.
Well, I mean, it's hard to repeat. It's hard to repeat.
Yeah.
And
You always talk like this.
I do the best I can. And I was a team player. You told me that I had to pick opposite of you and Ronnie some games this year, and so I did that. And this is what I get. I get ridiculed.
So anyway, there's a bunch of games that we're going to talk about, and I think the game of the week, maybe the game of the year. I hope it lives up to the billing, or whatever you want to call it. Is Class 5A.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. 5As. Now, I do think that 2A game has a chance to be special. I know we'll break that down, and I think the 3A game has a chance to be really, really special as well. But I think 5A is the cream of the crop potentially this year.
Well, it took only 13 weeks for 6A2 to be any good whatsoever to watch.
Yeah, there were 2 games all season in the regular
Yeah.
season.
So finally, last week we had some great games,
Yeah.
and I think next week Friday state championship games are going to be just as good as what we saw this past week, and so I'm excited for 6A2 as well.
Well, let's begin it here with 6A1. It was the Bixby Spartans taking down the Owasso Rams 56-14. And before we get into the game and all the action there, rumors circulating that Coach B might be calling it a career.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I heard high school football.
I heard that talk, and I don't know if it's confirmed, but I think that might happen next week.
I'm sure we know somebody who
I don't like that.
Give us some insight on that.
I don't like that.
Yeah. So nothing formal. Just people can talk and people can say this or that. So nothing official, but I think Coach B is considering his options.
How old's Coach B?
I'm not sure. I bet we can
mid-late 60s.
Look that up real quick, but that announcement could be coming at the end of next week, possibly on that situation. So, but yeah, if that hopefully not. Hopefully, Coach Blankenship is his record. He's got an impressive record, a high school record. It's always cool if you have a Wikipedia page. I mean, that's pretty cool. Coach B, 44, carried the 3, 47.
That's right. Add the 2.
67?
67.
He will be 68 next month.
You know what? He's dedicated his whole life to developing young people, and he's given a lot to it at the high school level and the college level. And that's not a bad thing. I'd hate to see it because it would leave a void, I think. I think he's one of the true class acts and obviously a quality coach. But he's earned it.
No doubt about that. But on the gridiron, it was Bixby winning 56-14, and Bixby will be playing for their 10th straight state championship. And you're winning the state semifinals by 42 points
against a very good Owasso team. I mean, it's
a good game. 14-14 and a half, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Over there in Sand Springs, Charles Page.
And then Bixby said, okay.
Yeah. Like they always do, is just got away. And that's, again, why we play 4 quarters.
That's right. That's exactly right.
If we only played 1 quarter, McGinnis would be playing for a state championship.
Last week, if we played 2 quarters, there'd be about 4 different teams in the final.
Yeah, sure would.
Yeah, for Bixby, Jet Turner, 141 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. And, again, Bixby playing for the 10th straight championship and going for back-to-back in the state's largest class. So we always talk about them getting bumped up. They're the 16th largest out of 16 for that. And so now they're going to go back-to-back. So and they're going against the big boys. And they're cruising against the big boys.
Cruising.
And so you're like, what are these other teams going to have to get better? Because Bixby's, it's Coach Montgomery unless – some college comes up and takes Coach Montgomery somewhere, and that staff has been intact for over a decade, I think.
Coach Montgomery, he doesn't make college head coaching salaries, obviously, but he makes a very good salary, makes a very good living. He's got a great program. It's his program. He built it.
Yep.
There's a lot of reasons to stay right where you're at and keep doing what you're doing. But the only, what you never know is what is personal. I mean, those close to him knows, but those of us that aren't close to him, you don't know. I mean, maybe he has a burning desire sometime to coach Division I football. Maybe he doesn't. He says, this is it for me. I mean, I love high school. I'll stay here until I'm done, and then I'll be done. I mean, but boy, talk about Coach Blankenship being great. I mean, Coach is great for coaching in Oklahoma. He's a quality guy. Montgomery's a quality guy as well, does it the right way. So a lot of good things going on the east side of the state in 6A football.
Bixby in the state championship again, 10 straight years. Really, the last program that really had any victories over consistent was Guthrie back in 04, 05, 17, and 07, back in that range. After that, that's when Bixby was in 5A. But since they've gotten up to 6A, they've just Booker T got in the way of them one year.
Yep.
But other than that, Bixby has cruised, and it's only going to get bigger and stronger at Bixby as more players are going to be, with the transfer and move-ins, and facilities are going to be upgraded here soon in Bixby. So over at Lee Snyder Field, they need a little bit more room over there.
Well, they're going to have it,
and they are going to have it.
Yeah.
And the Bixby Spartans will take on the Jinx Trojans. They are in the state championship game. I didn't think they were going to be there watching the game at the beginning of it. Jinx defeated Union 31-24. The Redhawks jumped out to a 21-0 lead. I thought, well, here we go. It is Union getting to the state championship. We got Rob. I say Rob. Owasso won last week. We were anticipating one versus 2 last year with Bixby Union. Yeah. And this year we thought we were going to get Bixby Union again, but Jinx.
Well, I picked Jinx. So
Because we picked Union.
no,
Correct.
I picked Jinx because I truly believe they were coming together, playing their best football at the end of the year. How am I doing?
You're doing pretty good. Keep going.
All I know is it says a W for last week's pick.
That's right.
That's right.
Man,
Nothing else needs to be said.
all I can think about, I mean,
You
again,
had him like 8th at one point.
Union just,
He had him out. He had him
Had him
kicked
out of the top 5.
He had him kicked out of 6A, basically.
yeah,
Basically, moved him down.
yeah. But I mean, just thinking about the whole Union situation, the last 2 years coming up short in the semis. And if you're Shaker, you win state championship as a freshman at Jinx,
Yep.
transfer out because of little
Yep.
mis arguments about numbers or whatever it could be or whatever it is, and then you don't make it in this, not even to the finals in the next 2 years with better teams. They're better than Wausau 2 years ago. I think they're better than Jinx this year, but obviously not. But because Jinx beat
Jinx
them
twice.
beat them twice, you know,
So it's
going
hard to
into
argue
it. So
that.
it's hard to argue
Yeah,
that point.
yeah.
But man, what a tough break for Shaker. And
Well, but also I want to say this. I mean, I
but
don't,
congratulations to Jinx.
oh,
Absolutely.
yeah, big time. And I don't have anything, but I don't know the young man Shaker. Don't know him at all.
When you get into the Final Four against these teams.
He's had a heck of a run.
Yeah.
But
Same. Maybe I should say put.
but that's what I was going to say. It's not just Shaker. There's other kids around the state that find themselves in weird situations that decided to transfer or go to different places and do different things, and it's not panning out.
Yeah.
That's the other side of this, right?
And that all the time in college football, you
Yeah.
always hear about this success, but you never hear transferring out and then
Failing.
failing. Yeah.
Or not getting opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, or getting buried behind somebody at your new location. I mean,
And a lot of and for Shaker, I mean, getting to the state semifinals for anybody, that's great, I'm sure. But for Union and Shaker, they have state championship.
Yeah.
That's their
Yeah,
one
yeah,
goal,
that's
and
their goal.
that's the thing. When you're that type of player and you go to a school like Union, that is the expectation to win it.
gold ball.
Gold ball.
Gold ball or nothing.
Not very many schools in Oklahoma can have that
No.
goal,
No.
regardless of class. But
And when I say coming up short, they were comfortably ahead in that game
Yeah.
last week.
21-0.
21-0 at one point, right? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Again, congratulations to Jinx. Never just talk about coach of the year. Probably they could get that if they ever did those in 6A. What a great job over there at
Coach
Jinx.
Riggs.
Coach Riggs,
Riggs is
coach
great.
over at Jinx, man. Just tough year to start the year and just come in and just playing the best football that you're supposed to right now. And we'll talk about it later, but Jinx Bixby could be a pretty good game. Has the opportunity to be.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a rematch of the district championship back in week 10, and Jinx was able to play Bixby, their closest game all season
Yeah,
long.
it was a good game.
31-14, and
It got a little,
Yeah, I got a little out of
lopsided
control,
at the
yeah,
end, but
yeah.
throughout most of the game, it was a pretty good game.
yeah, some notes from that game. Sophomore running back Caden KD Jones, Keywan's son, played. He moved into Jinx as well from Broken Arrow, but he had a 27-yard game-winning touchdown with 35 seconds left. Finished with 141 total rushing yards on the night, with 30 receiving as well for 3 touchdowns as well, as he really rallied the Trojans to victory over Union over at Sand Springs High School. So it is Bixby and Jinx for the 6A1 state championship. That will be Friday night at 7 o'clock at Chad Richardson Stadium.
The apple didn't fall too far from the tree.
No.
In the Jones family did.
Did not. He is.
mean,
What a great week he had last week. Holy
Special.
cow.
Yeah, special
Yeah,
player.
he is fun.
His dad was the ultimate horns down when he scored
yeah.
touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
I
He
loved
kind of got
it.
hit late and popped up.
Yeah.
And, you know what? Boom.
Yeah.
It'd be a penalty. It'd be a penalty this time.
Not in the SEC.
That's true. Yeah, Big 12. It's definitely a penalty.
Yes.
Welcome, big boy ball.
Big boy ball. Where they don't care about your feelings. Big 12, they care about your feelings.
Yeah, evidently.
We move over to 6A2 football, and it will be a rematch of a game earlier this year. It is the Stillwater Pioneers taking on the Muskogee Roughers. Both games come to basically the final play last Friday night as Stillwater takes down Choctaw 33-29, and Stillwater rallied.
Yeah.
Choctaw rallied, right? Choctaw rallied. But Muskogee holds off Deer Creek 36-35. We got to talk about both of these, how these games ended here
Crazy.
in a little bit. But the Stillwater Muskogee is a rematch. Stillwater won earlier this year, 30-20, to win that district championship to get the cross bracket there. So Stillwater, 33-29. That game was played at Edmond North. And again, we attended that evening. It was the night. It was chilly.
It was chilly. It wasn't horrible, but it was chilly.
It was a little chilly in the press box, too.
Yeah, it was real chilly on the sideline. I went down 3 times trying to suck it up. Didn't make her. Yeah, didn't make
the
her.
effort,
No,
the
that's
effort
cool.
was there.
Yeah, the effort was, well, going to have to be a lot of effort Thursday night.
Yeah, I saw the weather. We'll talk about that here a bit later on. So we are talking about Stillwater. Okay, so here are some of my notes that I took. That Pioneers defense forced a crucial stop at the goal line as time expired. 33-29. Choctaw was that a yawn?
Didn't make it.
Didn't make it. Choctaw.
13 minutes.
Choctaw going down the field and get inside the 10-yard line, run a play, can't get the next play, snapped, time expires.
Ball game.
Oh, that was bad.
It was
bad.
It was interesting. It's going down, and there's been a lot of talk on this game, but Choctaw goes down the field, and they're out of timeouts by this time, and they run a play, and there was maybe 10 seconds, 15,
11, 12, somewhere there, yeah.
Enough where you thought, I don't think they're going to be able to get the snap off. And we were yelling in the press box to spike the ball, spike the ball on the previous play to stop the clock. And to kind of set things up, if you spike the ball, then it gives you a time to on the next down
draw up a play.
To draw up a play.
Yeah. Got 40 seconds to draw up a play.
So
Heat of the moment. You know?
It was tough.
Instead of spiking it, they went back to Wildcat and put Juju back in and they ran the same exact play.
Well, they gave the ball to the best player on the field.
No, I get that, but I agree. In that situation, find a different way to get him the ball.
Correct.
Or throw a pass at one point instead of running every time with 50 seconds.
And they ran right at big number 8 for Stillwater too.
Yeah, Josh Ford.
He's a big dude.
He was real big.
The funniest thing that night, early in the game, I'm down on the sideline. I think I told you guys this.
Oh, yeah.
Very aggressive on a block. He drives this kid in the ground, a couple yards out of bounds, gets a flag for unnecessary roughness. Official comes up to him. I'm standing 3 yards from him, and this kid's massive. He's like 6'6", 250, right?
Mm-hmm. He is massive.
OSU commit.
Yep.
He looks the D1 part right now.
He's massive.
He's massive. Big redheaded kid. The official comes up and says, "Hey, you can't do that." And all he does, he turns around and looks at me, he screams, "I know!"
Just can't help it. Yeah, it was, Stillwater jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Both teams, by the way, 600 yards of offense combined there. But Choctaw, 29 unanswered points. Yeah. And I thought, well, this game's over.
Yeah.
29 this game's over.
They're so athletic, too.
They are.
Choctaw.
Will Smith, Juju Smith, Cash.
They're legit.
Yeah.
I mean, they can get it done. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Holden Thompson for Stillwater, 33 rushes, 146 yards with a touchdown. Had a 78-yard fourth quarter performance as well as Stillwater. Then, after Choctaw scored 29 unanswered, Stillwater goes 21 unanswered points to hold it off. So Pioneers took them a long time to win a state championship. Now they're going for 2 in a row in 6A2, which would be the first time to ever go back-to-back for the program.
The wide receiver that Stillwater had, number 5.
Kendrick.
He had a great game. He had a real good game. And then I saw afterwards he got a preferred walk-on opportunity at Oklahoma State. So good for him. Congratulations to him. He made it got called back penalty, but that catch he made down the sideline was outstanding. Outstanding. And they called it back, but congratulations to him to getting that PWO over at Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Yeah, and I apologize. Stillwater won the game earlier in the 31-20, but also talking about Stillwater going back. Also, how about kudos to Coach K. Wood?
Oh yeah,
last year Coach Martin goes off to Arkansas, and Coach K. Wood steps late. Which probably helped. I think Coach K. Wood probably gets it no matter what time it happens, but Stillwater really didn't have a whole lot of options to think about because it was so late. Bringing Coach K. Wood again, I think Coach K. Wood gets it if Barnard. The day after the state championship, I think
he earned it.
Coach K, absolutely earned it. I think Coach K Wood got there anyway. But congratulations to him on a state championship berth when new quarterback, which moved in from Cashin.
Mm-hmm. And the time I was down the sideline, I was on the Stillwater side of the first half. I like how he runs the sideline too.
Okay,
yeah, I enjoyed watching him. Yeah, you can always tell. I think you can always tell a great head coach on how he allows his coordinators and his staff to run a team, and when he needs to be involved, he got involved. I mean, really, I thought he did a really, really good job. Not that he needs my praise,
just,
but just an observation.
Yeah.
I as a football guy that loves high school football, very, very impressed with how he runs his sideline. I mean, very, very impressed.
Speaking of that game, when we were up in the press box, I have a request for all the ADs in the state of Oklahoma.
Oh boy,
this
could go a couple ways.
When you put the roster out for your kids, can we please have a college roster? I want to know where the kid's at, where he came from, what school he transferred from. That way it's easier to just because we know Choctaw has a million transfers. We know Stillwater has a couple, and we know 5A, the transfer bowl that we're going to be covering here.
Transfer bowl.
It would just make it easy on us as media to talk about the game and where they came from.
I think they're doing it fine the way it is.
Let me know, coaches and fans out there, if you got a roster.
I can give you the answer the coaches are going to give you right now.
I think we deserve it as media.
Appreciate the effort.
Media deserves something.
Yeah, we do. Because we can't do the research like the big dogs do.
Sure you can.
Yeah. Well, I did it for an hour and a half today. Chris has been doing it for 4 days.
Too much work.
Yeah. The other state semifinal game over in Ponca City.
Yeah.
It was the Muskogee Roughers rallying 36-35 and another just a crazy finish as Deer Creek scores a touchdown. They're getting ready, and we're going. And a couple plays before they score, Phil, you going to go one? You going for two? Which one you going? One for two?
I said two.
You said two.
You both said one originally.
Both said one. Absolutely said one. Wouldn't you know, it came down to that. A couple plays later, Deer Creek scores. And to make it 36-35, Deer Creek lines up to kick the extra point to go into overtime. And then there's a penalty on Muskogee.
Move them up, boys.
Half the distance.
The 1.5 yard line, no.
So, Coach, it'll come to me in a second. But Deer Creek goes, we're still going to kick it 36-35. We'll go to overtime. Another penalty on Muskogee.
Move it up, boys.
Move it up. Kicker, get off. We're bringing the offense
inside
back.
the one now.
Inside the one.
And just so you know, we're watching that on live stream. We're watching Choctaw and Stillwater, and it's going at the same exact time. Like the goal line, the game's coming in. And we're like, hold on. We're trying to watch.
So Deer Creek brings back the offense.
Yep.
And they bring quarterback Grady Adamson under center, tries the quarterback duck play, take the snap, spin around, go the other way, and got stuffed by the Muskogee defensive front. And that's how Deer Creek ends their season, 36-35. And, man, you never know what happens in overtime, but you have the ball inside the one.
I think it's the right call.
I don't mind that at all.
It's the right call.
I like the right call. I mean, it's the right call to go for it.
I didn't like the play call.
The play call I didn't like. When he just didn't do a quarterback duck that Gary Rose made famous at Carl Albert.
It worked 99.8%.
He did a fake toss, which takes time.
Gives time.
And he put the H-back in motion. I thought the H-back was just going to get right behind him and then, boom, go.
Well, if anything, with that kid...
And then it just took too long to develop him. By that time, Muskogee's in the backfield.
I would have rather seen him with that kid get something where he can make something happen with his legs, get outside, and give him that option, right? But
Grady Adamson, he's the part too, though, ain't he?
Oh, yeah. It's easy to Monday morning quarterback.
Well, and to be honest with you, we didn't watch a whole. I mean, I watched a little bit of Deer Creek football throughout the year, but who without knowing, I mean, they might have run that play 15 times.
Correct.
And was successful.
14 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure on that as well.
And this is how we really should frame it. Great defensive stand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great job by Muskogee and man, that was they were both great ball games.
Yes, they were.
Great ball games.
Yeah, and that was it's big time. So it was just those final plays. If it works, we're here talking about how great of a play it was to send a guy into motion and got the linebacker out. What a gutsy call. Yeah. That's just how it works, and coaches know all that as well. Yeah. So that's part of it.
Great season for Deer Creek and for Choctaw.
Yeah, Phil and I both had Deer Creek in the state championship game. We both had them winning that one, but we knew way back in July and August, it was going to be these final four teams. Yeah. And it's crazy. I can't remember who I was talking to. It might have been Van Shea, Ivan, saying right now Choctaw and Deer Creek can play this week, and the winner of that game can play the winner of next week's state champion and still beat them.
Oh, no doubt.
Just because they're
those four teams
so
are
close.
Right there.
Yeah, so close. So that is the 6A1 and 6A2. Dallas lets us know OSU showing love to the local kids right now. They offered a Wasso sophomore nose on Monday.
That's good to hear.
I saw that. Yep.
That is
really
good.
good.
And I think I think with OU moving out to the SEC, I think the kids will have a decision with Big 12 or SEC, and some are going to feel more comfortable with the Big 12. So I think with OU moving out of the Big 12, I think that could help Oklahoma State.
I think so.
In getting some kids that they might not get on. And plus Tulsa is recruiting a lot of Oklahoma kids, and that's what Coach Kevin Wilson said immediately when we come here. We're going to bring Oklahoma kids. Now, and for that matter, get it all up first. Oklahoma is recruiting the heck out of the state of Oklahoma as well.
Well, they are, but I'll say just as I think it'll help OSU with OU going to the SEC, I think it's going to hurt OSU recruiting kids out of Texas.
Correct.
So I mean, it's 6 in one hand and 4 dozen.
Yeah, because you have Oklahoma State, well known for the Houston area. Houston joined the Big 12 a couple years ago. Yeah. You can still play in the Big 12 conference and not leave the state and just be 45 minutes from your high school. So. Anyway, appreciate that, Dallas. Let us know on all that great stuff over there in Owasso and on the east side of the state. We're going to take our first time out here on the show. When we come back, we still talk 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, and A as well. We're going to break down some of these games here in a little bit. But coming up after this timeout, it is time to talk about the 5A state championship. The Carl Albert Titans and the Dell City Eagles. Number 1 versus number 2. We'll break it all down after opening time out here on the High School Huddle.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world.
Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time?
100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I love to get extra rolls, so I love it.
Mm-hmm. We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle, presented by Generations Church.
Welcome back to segment 2 of the High School Huddle. We are presented by Generations Church. Ronnie Hiltz, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you. It is state championship week. for all of our viewers on the podcast audio. We have the UCO Chad Richardson Stadium behind us. I was there today setting up. We will have the production of all the state championship games, all the games this week outside of the game Class C at Southern Nazarene University. That's at 7 o'clock there. And then next week we'll have the Class A and 2A state championship on Saturday. And the Class B game will also be at Southern Nazarene next Friday. I believe that's the right day. We'll have that for sure here in a little bit. But so UCO and Southern Nazarene, the home of state championships today, this week and next week, went up today at Chad Richardson Stadium and set up the equipment for the broadcast. And so I went there this morning, unloaded, did a little bit of stuff up there, left for lunch.
McAllister's.
Yeah, I'll send them an invoice.
Yep.
Came back, did some work, and then I walk out about 5:05 and come out into my truck. Parking violation, $35 ticket.
You got a ticket?
$35.
It's a lawbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
So
does my heart happy.
So made a phone call.
Oh boy,
got it taken care of.
Oh, are you kidding?
I was
me?
working.
Were you parked illegally?
No, I was parked right in front of the stadium.
Why would they give you a ticket?
Because I don't have a UCO parking spot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's valid.
Yeah.
Who'd you call?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Oh, okay.
Got it taken care of. Did I tell you how much it was already?
$35.
Okay. Yeah. Boy, they were. Anyway, some news at the start of the show.
Oh, Grady Abson?
Yeah.
Received an offer from USF, South Florida, and Luke Haas, the old standout from Bixby, at Arkansas. He's staying at the University of Arkansas.
Ain't that we have to talk about who's staying now?
And it's everywhere.
Arkansas new offensive coordinator Bobby Petrino.
I want to use this as an opportunity to announce that I'm entering the portal.
Oh,
on broadcast, and anybody out there that's looking for an average color guy. I could be your guy.
You're.
Am I still under contract?
Yeah, I told you. You can't go in the portal till
not in the portal.
December 31st.
I'm out. I'm out of the portal.
We have that's why we had these restrictions.
Okay.
There.
All right.
By the way, if you step in the portal, there's 8 other people in the portal ready to come onto the broadcast.
Yeah, I know.
There's a long list
Just
of people.
so you know.
I mean, nobody as good as me. But
Well,
Well, sure,
that's
yeah.
the big
no,
one. Yeah,
there's a couple others. You guys tried to fire me last year.
We tried.
We did try. Yeah, we did.
How'd that fall apart?
Yeah.
Bet you're asking yourselves that right now.
Yeah,
aren't you?
Well, the guy we asked said no.
Yeah.
So I had to find a sideline guy.
I had to threaten him. Not the sideline guy.
Yeah, no,
not him.
Perhaps the game of the year will be the 5A state championship game, the Dell City Eagles and the Carl Albert Titans. It's number 1 versus number 2. They have been number 1 all season long. As far as the Titans is concerned, they've been number 2 all season long. That is the Dell City Eagles. Both teams highly talented on both sides of the football. Both coaching staffs well respected. They know each other. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But the 5A state semifinal games were played at Noble last week. The first game over there at 1 o'clock, it was the Dale City Eagles taking down the Claremore Zebras 34-13. Later that night, it was Carl Albert taking down Bishop McGinnis 51-28. And we'll talk about the Dale City game here first. And Dale City, boom, jumped out to a 21-0 lead, kind of cruised out to that. I will say that Claremore did some good things. It doesn't show up, but they did some good things after they were down 21-0. So Claremore, probably their most rewarding season they've had since 1999. Yeah. And I know that a lot of Claremore fans came down to Noble for that game and all the excitement there, but just too many weapons for Dale City. And I can kind of show you some of the notes I have there. River Warren, 14 of 21 passing, 259 yards and 3 scores. Ladanian Fields, the TCU commit, 209 yards receiving 3 touchdowns on 10 receptions. Opening drive had a 30-yard touchdown reception. Less than 3 minutes later, had a 35-yard touchdown reception. And just like that, Dale City had a 14-0 lead, eventually 21-0. Kind of cruised from there.
Great to elite, right?
What's that?
Great to elite.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, they are definitely great. Very, very fun team to watch this year. So it is, there's so many weapons for Dale City. And I think River Warren made the move over from McGinnis to Del City simply because River wanted to graduate high school early, and McGinnis does not allow that, as River wants to get onto college
good kid
atmosphere. Really good kid. And I think with River, when he was at McGinnis, he had a couple great players around him, but he had to be so involved in key plays and key situations where a lot of it fell on him. I think moving over to Del City with the other playmakers around him, he's still a great player, but can manage the game a whole lot better than what he had.
He's
at
a great
McGinnis.
point guard, yeah.
He can focus on being the leader on the opposite side of the ball.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, he is a extremely good quarterback, so has a lot of talent as well. But
tough kid too.
Yeah, very tough kid. But I think there's, for me, you look at that Del City team. It's about their team speed. Their team speed is amazing. I think their overall team speed's better than Carl Albert's. I really do. I'm not saying it's significantly better, but I think it's better. And if I was drafting between these two teams, my first player selected, number 9 for Del City.
LaDainian Fields.
I think Fields is the best player, will be the best player on the field come Saturday. And that's saying something because there are Division I Power 5 commits on both sides of the ball all over the place. But that kid is special.
We'll talk about that game here in a second. Let's get to the other game, which was Bishop McGinnis and Carl Albert. How about Bishop McGinnis even getting to the state semifinals? They finished third in their own district, 5A2. With that being said, 5A2 has been an elite district for decades now. But we're watching the score, and McGinnis jumps up to a 7-0 lead. Like, here we go again. Yeah. Are they going to do this for a third week in a row? And but ends up being a 51-28 final there. But Carl Albert going for their second straight title, 18th in their program history. Xavier Robinson, 26 carries, 192 yards. Kevin Sperry Jr., the quarterback, 214 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. Trey Washington had a big night as well, 2 catches. I can't remember how many touchdowns. Going through my notes, 2 catches, 129 yards, and 2 scores. Yeah, 2 catches, 2 scores. Yeah. But also, consolation congrats to senior running back J.P. Spanier. Finished 26 carries, 179 yards against the Carl Albert Titans. So great season for Bishop McGinnis. Yeah. I have them finished at number 5 in the 5A rankings. Yep. Del City Carl Albert's going to be 1-2 no matter what. Yeah. I did have Guthrie number 3 simply because there are 2 losses, number 1 and number 2, and Claremore number 4.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's how my final 5.
I think that's a strong argument for that. I think there's some people that say, well, wait a second, didn't make the semis. Remember, Guthrie beat McGinnis, shut him out
at McGinnis
earlier in the year in district play, and the folks from Claremore are going to argue they should be there.
Sure.
Again, the losses for Guthrie against 1 and 2, I think I agree with that.
I think Guthrie plays Bishop Kelly in the quarters. They go to the semis too.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So you talk about Carl Albert, and you're talking about River Warren being a game manager. Same thing with Kevin Sperry Jr. But a couple of things. I'll stay with Sperry here first. He hasn't had to run the ball a whole lot early in the year, but now he's starting to use his feet a whole lot more. And so that's going to be another big weapon that Del City's going to have to factor in. And another thing with Sperry Jr. has been able to throw the ball to the multiple receivers that they have. Xavier Robinson's touches have not been very much, as many as the year before, all-time leading rusher for Carl Albert. But now with less carry stuff, less wear and tear on the body, now he should be as fresh as can be for a state championship game.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see him carry the rock 30 times.
Yeah, 26 last week.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a bit surprised by that. And I will say this again. I think when I look at it all year long, I've been saying best running back in 5A is Mr. Robinson. I would put him 1A. I would actually, me personally, after seeing both of them, I would put the Fields kid ahead of him at the running back position.
Well, it'd be interesting with Fields, Ronnie Fields, the Del City running back. He's committed to Oklahoma State University. He's a pretty solid commitment there for Big 12 Coach of the Year, Mike Gundy. But, with one thing to watch in that state championship game is Ronnie Fields. He can play running back and you can play linebacker very, very well. And he's going to play it as well on Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock at Chad Richardson Stadium. But you run the ball, and then say you have to punt it. Now you have to tackle Xavier Robinson multiple times the night. So we'll see how Ronnie holds up. I'm sure it won't be, we'll see how, especially third, fourth quarter.
Correct.
There's so many great matchups on this. I mean, LaDainian Fields, he's going to have someone athletic across
that's going to be across from him.
that can go.
That's
Tristan Haynes probably.
Yes,
I'd say
that's my matchup that I'm going to be watching all game long. Tristan Haynes, and LaDainian Fields. LaDainian Fields committed to TCU, and I know his mama loves TCU, and they're all in on TCU. TCU had a bad year this year, but if he can go out and perform like he has the last several weeks against Tristan Haynes, who can literally go anywhere he wants, he will have some more people knocking on his door really wanting his services after
I think he had a lot knocking already, but I agree. I agree with what you're saying.
I'm not sure if he got an Alabama offer or not like that, but like Haynes has. But I think he could have an opportunity to go to even opportunity to go to a bigger school if he wanted to. And again, there's nothing wrong with TCU.
No, and I agree with that, Ronnie. Your logic's there, and I just think it's going to be fun to see those big bodies matched up against each other, equal speed. Both big physical guys can go get it done.
Yeah, they'll be fun to watch.
And the key thing in high school, you can be a great receiver. If you don't have somebody that can get it to you, it doesn't matter.
That won't be a problem.
Both these guys can get it to you. So we're going to see. I think it's setting up, like you said earlier, Chris, to be the best game of all the championship week.
I sure hope it is.
Yeah, and then you look at the coaches. Mike Dunn was the coach at Dale City. His defense coordinator, Coach Robert Jones, who's now Coach Dunn goes to Carl Albert. They promote Robert Jones to the head coaching spot. So Coach Dunn and by the way, Coach Jones played for the Carl Albert Titans. He moved. He was originally at U.S. Grant, moved to Carl Albert, won a state championship there. So both coaches know each other. Both coaches know all the players. Both coaches know where the locker room's at. They know where the bathrooms are at in each of those stadiums. It'll be interesting how that comes up. The one thing, I got two things. I got a bunch of things, but I won't take up the entire show here. But we
still got an hour.
The one thing that I'll be interested in is it's 24-23, 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Dale City has football. Yeah. We don't know what, they haven't been there.
No.
Carl Albert's been there against Guthrie.
Yep.
So how will Dale City respond in a close game? Yeah. And I'm sure they can be very well. I mean, they're good enough, but we haven't seen it yet.
And these are the kind of games where that stuff matters.
Because Carl Albert has played at 5A state championship at 1 o'clock on
Saturday.
That field.
Yeah, that's right.
It was less than a year ago, so they know where
they know how to keep their composure in these games.
They know the wind. They know all that stuff. And the other part is Dale City. They won a state championship back in 1976. And I'm sure Coach Jones is good at this stuff. His speeches are so cool, motivating. But Dale City also got to get past that CA logo. If Dale City gets down 10-0, 14-0,
what do they do?
How do they react?
Yeah.
So a bunch of great stuff. I look at that. One other thing, we're talking about all the Division I players. I think one of the players that I really have really enjoyed watching, especially the last 4 or 5 weeks, is Braylon Adama.
Yeah.
For Dale City. He is so good. So we're talking about this D1, this matchup. Braylon Adama could be the deciding factor in that game. By the way, he picked up an offer from UCO this past week. Yeah. So, and if UCO, they're trying to build up their Division II program. Braylon Adama, players like that will help.
That's how you do it.
This is how you do it. Yeah. So,
and he's a football player.
He is.
I mean,
and if we didn't, if Ronnie and LaDainian and River,
he'd be the best player.
And he probably would be the best player. And then Ficklin. Ricklin. For Dale City. He's the only sophomore. He's a Division I player easily right now.
That's number 40, right?
Yes, number 40. Yeah. Yep. The running, he plays a little bit running back, and he'll play linebacker as well. But man, they are a fun team. Dale City was going to be good. They were going to be good also before the Fields and River came in. Now they're just
they're elite. Yeah.
They're elite now. Yeah. So man, that will be a fun 5A state championship 1 o'clock Saturday.
Well,
no doubt about it.
Keep your eye on. I'm gonna give a little props to the little guy on Carl Albert that nobody really speaks about. But the guy who's going to have to be tackling Fields and River and blitzing and all this other stuff
16.
is Harless, the linebacker. That guy gets 13, 14, 15 tackles.
Is that 16?
Every single game. 10, I think, maybe
Okay.
16.
10, yes.
10.
Yes.
I mean, he's good. He's
active.
He's a great little ball player.
Yeah.
And again, he'll be key in this game as well if he can get off blocks, because again, Del City will do everything they can to block the front five of Carl Albert, and it's going to be up to the linebackers. Something Guthrie couldn't do to stop Fields when he gets to that second level. So, again, Harless has had a great year. Again, he's getting 15, 16 tackles a game, so he's going to be a key guy to watch as well.
Well, and I think, you talked about the coaches, but in that Guthrie game that we called in the second round, they did such a great job scheming everything up. The staff did it at Del City. I mean, I'm excited about this. Coaching staffs equal, players right there equal. I mean, it's just matching up. This is a game and it's boring. Turnovers could decide this game. I mean, it's boring.
Special teams,
it's the special
position.
teams. Right. I mean, the little
All the
simple
boring
things.
stuff.
Right, the boring stuff.
We'll break it down even further. Del City, their extra points, they barely get over.
Yeah.
They go maybe a quarter up the uprights. It usually go in though, and that's all. That's all that matters. On the opposite side, you have Speedwalk.
Booming.
Who can boom it?
Yeah, he can boom it.
The great point. He could be the difference when it comes. If they're down by one or it's tie ball game with 30 seconds left, all they got to do is get somewhat close, and he'll put it through there.
And Trey Washington, he's a 4-year punter. I mean, he's a great receiver and a great.
But he could be a Division I punter.
He could be a D1 punter.
No, there's no doubt.
He's commit to OU.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
They need a new punter over there.
Oh boy. Here we go.
He'll be there soon. He'll definitely be there soon.
Him and 5 of his other teammates.
Yeah. So it'll be a fun game. 1:00. By the way, the weather sunny and 57 degrees. So
for Saturday
at 1:00.
I'll have pneumonia after Thursday.
We'll see. Larry says this is a little late, but I apologize to Phil for giving flack during the season about Del City. They are the real deal.
Hey, Larry, keep giving me flack. That's what makes the show fun.
Yep.
We love the fact that people have different views. You weren't wrong. Guthrie's a great team. They earned it on the field. That night they played Del City. Listen, matchups are so important in these games, and it's the little things that make a difference. That scored the Del City Guthrie game, and I will always say this: Guthrie, in my opinion, firmly the third best team in 5A. I still believe that. It's so much of it is where do you go in this? Which side of the bracket do you go on? What breaks do you get here and there? But keep them coming, Larry. I've enjoyed the back and forth. I appreciate anybody that pays attention to high school football, and you definitely do.
And Zippity Two Step says he got McGinnis 4 and Claremore 5. There's a good argument for that. So I can say that's I can go
there.
That.
Yeah.
I'm out. Claremore 4.
I'm going Claremore 4,
but I could give that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ronnie, see, we want people to participate.
Oh no, I can disagree with them just like they disagree with me.
I don't think you should.
So
I don't give what.
that is the 5A state title game, and all these state championship games. It'd be great to attend the game, obviously at Chadwickson Stadium.
Yeah.
But the only way to watch those games is on the NFHS network, which $11.95 gets you all the state championship games.
Bargain
on the network. So just go to NFHS network. I think there might be a link on the OSSA website as well.
What's general admission?
Is it $10?
I think it's 10. So you can get one game for 10, or you can get them all for 11.
Yeah, and not leave your living room.
Not leave your living room.
Who's calling that game?
I don't know.
The 5A state championship game. Phil and I will have that broadcast.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the state championship game. Who's producing that game?
Got the assignment.
UCO.
Okay.
Yeah.
UCO.
So, we will have the call of that one, and looking forward to that. So if you want to join us, we're glad to have you.
Yeah.
Should be a good one. I know a lot of people will be following that game.
And if you're there for any of the things, me and Phil like to go down the field before the game, just kind of get the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Stop and say hi to us. I like to meet people out there. I know Phil really likes to meet people out there, but again, say hi.
You don't have to say hi. Phil will go up to you.
Yeah, Phil will go up to you.
I'll come talk to you.
He'll come talk to you. But yeah, if you're out there, come say hi. Let us know that you watch the show. We really do appreciate it. And we love talking football. 5 minutes before the game or whenever.
We don't care if it's 6A1 or Class A ball.
Yep.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that we watch C ball as close as some other people or B ball, but A to 6A1, we love to talk it. So
stop, say hi if you see us.
If you see me on the field, I'm probably working. So
if something went wrong, if you're on the field.
Well, I got a B-roll.
Oh, B-roll.
Yeah, we got to get B-roll.
And you know what I'm most looking forward to, because I'm lucky enough to get a couple sideline assignments this year as well, but I love the sideline state championship games.
It's fair. It's the best part.
And the reason I love it is I get to go down before the game, interact with the coaches, talk to them about kind of how we're going to run things from a production standpoint. Get to talk to the officials. I mean that's fun, And then you're almost guaranteed to see great football games every matchup, right?
Yep.
So being down there watching these kids lay it all on the line for a gold ball, man, it's exciting.
Cousin Nate, as we get ready to our next break, Phil is the man of the people.
Well, some of the people.
Thank you, Cousin Nate. All right, we're up against another break here on the High School Huddle presented by Generations Church. Coming up, 4A, 3A. We got to talk about those state semifinal games. 2A and A, they're in the state semifinals. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more here. Coming up next on the High School Huddle.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by two combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
And we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I like to get extra rolls, so I love it. Mm-hmm.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle, presented by Generations Church.
Welcome back. High School Huddle. Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you. Week 14 of the high school football season. We will be back here next Wednesday night for the 15th and final week of the high school huddle.
Went quick.
It was super fast.
Yeah, it really was.
Is next week our last show? We're going to do one more after the 2A and A.
Oh, boy.
Well, let's
sleepy time.
Let's see what the calendar looks like here. So,
sweetness.
I figured 3 more. This one, then 2
3 more?
Well, this one, then 2 more. Yeah.
So the state champ. So
I
that
gotta
would
get a note.
2A and A deserve to have their own show.
to break to talk about it the week after.
We could do
Just
that
for an hour.
So,
2 weeks.
We could do that.
A season recap.
Season recap.
Yeah, that'd be great. We can do an hour and a half show there.
Okay.
Yeah. Hour and a half?
Like normal. Yes, we normally do.
It's awful sleepy time. I'm looking forward to Second Banana going back to 6.
Second Banana, what do you mean? That's the umbrella.
Oh, sorry. What do we call that?
Open mic.
Open mic, going back to 6.
Maybe 6:30?
I like 7.
7?
Yeah. No, it is too late.
We'll have a board meeting. By the way, the Open Mic podcast follows this show here. If you want a little bit more outside of high school football, we talk about life. Anybody do any notes for the Open Mic podcast?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
I didn't, so it should be a good should be a good show. Dallas says, unfortunately, I will not be making the trip to Edmond. I will be busy eating my pain away.
I understand, Dallas. We totally understand, and so join us on the NFHS network.
Yeah, join us there. $12.
Yeah, easy stuff. Ronnie, leave and pay for it. Ronnie, give him your card.
It's over there.
Okay.
All right, we move over to Class 4A state semifinal games. 4A was held at Southern Nazarene. Is that right? No,
that wasn't right.
There's a mix there.
Yeah.
Wagner destroys Ada 42-7, and the Blanchard Lions
Come on.
take down number 2.
This guy right here picked him.
Although Ronnie had him number 1. Poto.
Yeah.
26-14.
That was my upset. That was one of my upset picks last week.
Is it really an upset in the state semifinals?
Yes.
Really?
That was.
In your mind?
Well, in everybody's mind. They were the underdog.
Underdog? I don't think it would be an upset.
Well, it depends on your definition.
Okay,
of upset.
Okay.
I thought that was.
We worked our way through it.
I thought that was going to be a bad matchup for Poto. And I said it before I picked Poto, but I said I won't be surprised because I thought it was just a bad matchup for Poto to go against Blanchard. And, of course, Blanchard showed out.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a really good defense.
And great fans, too.
Great fans. And, I think Wagner-Blanchard will be a good ball game. Mm-hmm. I think Wagner will be the favorite, obviously, going into the game. Yep. I think most people would say that. But very possible we could have a new state champion this year in 4A football, too.
You look at Blanchard. I'm going to look this up here real quick because I want to be fair to the situation. Make sure I'm just not talking to be talking here.
That's my job.
I know I'm not going to. I'm going to stay out of your lane. So Poto played Bishop Kelly, Metro Christian. They're down a little bit. Chandler was a good team. Hillsdale, Barcanello, Southall. Ada's a good team. Okay, so Poto had a pretty good schedule as well. So I can't make that argument, but I really think Blanchard in that 4A2
tough district
is a very tough district. When you mentioned Tuttle, Newcastle, Bethany, all three of those teams have been in the top 5 of the High School Huddle rankings
too, right?
Newcastle, yeah.
Newcastle had to win in playoffs too.
Yeah, so Blanchard, always a tough team. Obviously 12-1, and Coach Jeff Craig does a great job over at Blanchard. So I think his schedule really got him ready for this year. Open up big time over Noble. Their only loss back in the second game of the year, week 0, week 1, whatever it was, Piedmont.
Yeah.
21-7.
Yeah.
Piedmont ended up being a good football team.
Yeah, good football team.
At the end of the season there. So also be a Shawnee team, a 5A program there. And then you look at their playoff run, shutout Cash, almost doubled up Salisaw, and then the big victory over Poto, 26-14. But I just think that 4A2 schedule really got Blanchard in a situation where Poto's good, but we've seen teams like Poto and really take to. And I think I have a note somewhere. Make sure I got this right. Yes, Blanchard held Poto to the lowest scoring output, 14 points.
Yeah. I mean, they're battle tested, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the whole thing. And I think that Blanchard team, you play Piedmont later in the year, that may have been a closer game or a different outcome also. Yeah. I mean, you catch people early. I mean, there's a lot of things that we all know this if you follow football. The good teams get better as the year goes on. So I think it'll be a good game. Man, you got Coach Condit over there at Wagner, and I don't care who, and no disrespect to any other coaches, but for me, he's the cream of the crop in 4A. Yeah,
and Jeff Craig over at Blanchard, his Lions are in the 4A finals for the first time since 2013. Yeah. So look forward to seeing the Blanchard and Wagner matchup. That is, it gets it all started. Yeah. Thursday night, tomorrow night, 7:00. Could be a little weather action, a little ugly weather as far as some rain in the forecast.
Not for us.
Well, camera situation it might be.
Why does the old guy have to go down there? Well, I don't have to.
You volunteered.
I love this. I love doing sideline.
Look at Wagner. Wagner with the victory over Ada, 42-7. Ada, was in the High School Huddle top 5 multiple times, including late in the season. But Wagner now 13-0. It's kind of got a slow start against Ada, but obviously came on there for 42-7 victory. Junior quarterback Kel Charbonneau had a big time in the victory for Wagner. It's now their 10th. We talk about Bixby. Yeah. For Wagner, it's their 10th state championship game overall. 9 under Coach Condit, who's been the coach since 2005. So we always talk about how tough 4A is, and so for Coach Condit, to have that many championship appearances is pretty amazing. Yeah. And so it's gonna be a fun game. Of course, Wagner won it last year over Cushing, a game that Cushing was a favorite in that one. Yep. And so we'll see if the underdog, not the underdog, but is it the underdog if you're picked to lose, not picked to win, whatever. I don't underdog. It doesn't feel like the right word for Blanchard, but most people are picking Wagner, I should say.
You just say they're the favorite. Yeah.
Well, you get Blanchard too. Again, I know they don't have the football state championship experience like Wagner does, but you got to remember, a lot of these kids played for a state championship last spring in baseball. Yeah. So they have the experience, not per se football, but they kind of understand what they're going into.
Experience.
Yeah. Blanchard, they got all their sports are pretty solid over there in Blanchard as that area continues to grow. So Coach Condit going for his 3rd state title in 4 years, 7th overall, the last 6 times over in Wagner. So
good.
Just a big time ball game. That's the first one out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be fun. So
it's gonna be a good one.
It was cold. I remember the 4A title game was cold. I remember you interviewed.
It was cold.
You had
had the stocking hat on.
Yeah, it was definitely cold. Yep. So
the wind there. You get a lot of wind there.
Yeah, there was some wind there today as well. Yep. We probably won't be able to hear it, but we were testing audio today, and you can hear the waterfalls.
Oh wow, that's cool.
From the crowd mics.
If you can't bring me up on the headset, I'm taking a nap by the waterfalls.
Oh no, the headset's right today.
Yeah, I'm just saying during the game, if you can't find me, I'll be napping.
Napping by the waterfalls.
Well, it makes you sleepy.
Yeah, it does. All right, we move on to Class 3A football, and we have a state championship between Heritage Hall and Lincoln Christian.
It's a good one.
Number 1 versus number 2. We've had them there all season long here on the High School Huddle. Heritage Hall, close, but they win it 31-29. I'll talk about that game here in a second over Marlowe. What a season it was for Marlowe. Lincoln Christian gets by Perkins Tryon 17-10. And before we start talking about Lincoln Christian and Heritage Hall, great seasons for Marlowe and Perkins Tryon. Perkins, first time to win a district title since 2011, and to hold Lincoln Christian to 17 points. Perkins has played tremendous defense all season long, and they are the real deal to hold Lincoln Christian 17 points. Obviously, somebody's got to win that game, but Perkins, what a year for them.
Yeah, great year, and they got a lot to be proud of. We'll see. That game we were watching, we're going, are we seeing that right? It was 3-3 forever.
Yes.
I mean, it was just unbelievable. And, 2 teams have been scoring points in bunches all year. It was just a defensive battle. So you just never know what you're going to get in playoff football.
Yeah. It was a great game. Doug Nelson had the call there on Lincoln Christian's channel. I always enjoy watching them on YouTube. If you want to go and find Lincoln Christian, subscribe. My good buddy, Mr. Nelson does a good job. Yeah. Does a good job. Works hard at it. Heritage Hall. Wow. Did you guys see how this one ended?
No.
Okay. So Marlowe successfully scoring on a go-ahead 2-point conversion following touchdown. This is late in the game. Chargers were given the ball back with 1:57 left in the game. Andy Bass made some huge throws, and Heritage Hall go down the field, and they get into they score. They get down into field goal range. It's let's see here. They end up winning by 2, so they're down 1. And Cal Welker drills a 28-yard field goal.
Walk off.
In relation to walk,
I'm sure.
Walk off.
28-yard field goal to walk it off the head to the state championship.
Wow, that's crazy.
I love walk-offs.
Kickers, you always talk to coaches, say kickers drive them crazy, right? until you need them. Until you need them.
Does it go from 0 to hero real fast?
I thought the same thing for the BYU kicker, having to make a 50-whatever yard
51, yeah,
to send it to tie the game up. That was big time for that kicker as well. And I'm trying to find Marlowe. So you had Marlowe finish the year with what, 2, 3? Well, I guess they had those 3 losses in the middle of the year, but took down Metro Christian, took down Cassia Hall. Looked like they were going to take down Heritage Hall, and then they would have maybe played, or they would have played Lincoln Christian if they would have won. So quite a run there for Marlowe. So congratulations to them. That is 3A football. So the Heritage Hall Lincoln Christian will be the final championship game of this weekend. That will be Saturday night, 7 o'clock, right there at Chad Richardson Stadium.
Which is as good as it was last year.
Yeah, no doubt. So we're going to take our final time out here on the High School Huddle. When we come back, we'll take a look at the 2A and A games. Those are state semifinal games this week. The winners trying to get on to the state championship field there at UCO. Before we go, I want to get this in here. Dallas says, well, the Marlowe train derailed, unfortunately. Yep. It did, but they gave it all at the very end. There's no doubt that was a fun team to follow, especially after they got UFIL earlier in the year.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, yep.
Part of the game.
Final timeout. Come back here. We are the High School Huddle presented by Generations Church.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I like to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle, presented by Generations Church.
Welcome back. Final segment here on the High School Huddle. Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols Chris Evans. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Some call it X. I call it Twitter.
X.
Ronnie, what do you call it?
Depends on the day. I typically call it Twitter, but I think X is starting to grow on me.
Call it the Twitters?
No.
That's Coach Gundy. Never mind.
Tweets?
The tweets.
Do you
the
still
tweets?
tweets?
Do you still do the tweets?
I know you repost. You don't retweet. You repost.
I don't know how to.
Oh, so if you make a tweet, you're actually making a post now.
You're making a post now, yep. You're posting.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah. That's the way I am with TikTok. It's a lot of moving parts. And you know what? I know the other social media.
Yeah.
And Snapchat. I don't know anything about Snapchat.
I don't know. Never been on Snapchat.
Don't care about that. All right. We will take a look at Class 2A. Oh, by the way, I forgot my Heritage Hall notes here. We'll get that in. Andy Bass, the commit for OU. 28 rushing. He rushed for 28 times. 244 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Jeez.
He completed 12 passes, 157 yards.
Goodness.
Including to his good friend, receiver Rashad Smith.
Close to 400 total yards.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's a good pickup for Oklahoma. It's a good culture pickup by Brent Bribbles.
I think he'll move him around a lot when he gets there.
Gavin Freeman. Is that his name right? Gavin Freeman at OU?
Heritage Hall
kid as well.
Needs to stay away from punts, but yeah.
Okay, he's muffed
Made one.
More than that.
Is the last one that everyone remembers that one.
More than that.
You can't just say good player from Oklahoma.
A great player. Every time he touches it in the beginning of the year, he scores a touchdown.
Well, let's just stop right there.
I can't.
Okay.
2A state semifinals. They go as this. It is Washington. Well, before we get that, Josh Seabolt. Gavin Freeman is Ron Freeman's grandson.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
I did not know that.
Pastor at Generations Church, the commercial you guys always see, that's Pastor Josh
Ron
Seabolt.
Ron Freeman of Muskogee, right? Yeah.
Yep.
1986 Muskogee High School State Championship football coach.
There you go.
Yep.
It's in the blood.
I remember Coach Freeman there and Coach Travis Hill trying to add his name to Muskogee's coaching state championship coach over in Muskogee, taking on Stillwater on Friday afternoon. Back to 2A scores real quick. Marcus, we'll get to your question here in 1 second, I promise. Let's get 2A football scores in here real quick. Washington over Vian, 47-14. Jones over Victory Christian, 56-36. Millwood takes down Idabel, 34-7. Mismatch. And Alva, their season lasted 2 or 3 weeks longer than I anticipated.
Yeah.
Good season, Gold Bugs. What's a Gold Bug?
It's a bug that's gold.
No, it's not.
Oh. Yeah, I told you a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember. It's nothing. It's a saying. It's not anything.
A symbol of excellence.
Correct.
Is what a Gold Bug is.
I like that.
But Kiefer, the Trojans, take down Alva 34-14 to set up the state semifinals. Yes. Millwood, go back to them real quick. No problem. 34-7 over Idabel. Millwood in the state championship or state semifinals for the second year in a row.
Yeah, great football team, athletes everywhere, well coached. Yeah, that'll be a tall order.
Everyone talks about Millwood's offense, rightfully so, but their defense.
Very good.
Idabel had scored at least 27 points every single game. Millwood defense holds the Warriors, Ronnie's Warriors, to 7 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say about that, Ronnie?
It was a great game in the beginning, first quarter.
Oh.
And then
Play 4 of them.
Yeah. Idabel, still love you. Still love you.
Great year.
Great
year.
Oh,
for
tremendous
Idabel.
year. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's been the Lady Warriors basketball team that's been really good over the last couple of years, but the football team.
She'd have a few more of those lady athletes over there. Maybe they could have done a little bit better.
So, one state semifinal Friday night, 7 o'clock at Bristow High School will feature Millwood taking on Kiefer. Does it? We can make these picks if we want to, unofficial picks here.
Oh, official.
We can go.
Yeah, official. Absolutely.
Okay.
Another week.
These aren't official.
By the way, Kiefer's the home team. Just so you can, I know everyone's counting at home. Yeah. So the other state semifinal game, Jones taking on Washington. That game is 7 o'clock at Yukon High School.
Yeah, that'll be both of those. Of course, Jones and Washington, a rematch from earlier in the year where Washington walked away with that ball game.
34-8.
Yep. And, and I think most people all year long, it's been Millwood or Washington. Most people had 1 and 2. I think Washington's a notch above Millwood. Of course, defeated them last year in the state championship game. But
2-point game.
Yep, 2-point game. But, this Millwood-Kiefer game, Kiefer's an interesting team to me. I mean, I think that's going to be a closer game than the Jones-Washington game would be.
All right. So your state championship game, are you going to have it a rematch?
I do have it a rematch. Yeah, I think it's going to be Millwood-Washington in the finals.
I would tend to agree with that.
Yeah. Ronnie?
Sure. Same thing. I agree.
Oh, this is the route you're going to go.
Well, he thinks he's taking it in case these games do count.
Oh, yeah, he's hedging. All we've heard all year, Kiefer. Now all of a sudden.
I have not said a whole lot about Kiefer all year long.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it sounds better, though.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
Just in case someone wasn't paying attention. Yeah. So we'll see how those games end up and who will be playing at Chad Richardson Stadium next week. And I think I got all my 2A notes out. Yes, I do. Okay. Oh, no, I don't. I apologize. Washington, everyone always talks about the tight end.
Yeah.
But Major Cantrell had another great night for the Warriors. What was he? Oh, he actually had 10 of 13 passing, 202 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Pretty darn good.
So those tight ends are good
Yep.
to catch the ball, but they can also block.
Yes,
and so
they can.
they Jones, 538 yards of offense. I tried to watch Jones. They played at Bristow. It was a blowout the entire time. Turned it on. It was a blowout. Jones, 538 yards of offense over Victory Christian. Clayton Creasy, 382 yards and 4 touchdowns. As Jones will try one more time to take down the talk of 2A in the Washington Warriors. We will move over real quickly here in our final segment here on the High School Huddle. We move down to Class A football. State semifinal games included Fairview over Stroud 56-20. Woodland takes it to Dibble 48-6. Hominy shuts out Boone Apache. Warriors go down. Basketball season there.
Yep.
Good basketball team, Boone Apache. 40-0. Hooker also shuts out their opponent, Central Salisal. 41-0, and Woodland, I already mentioned that one, 48-6. So the closest Class A state semifinal game was 36 points, and that's the number 1 team in Class A in Fairview.
Yep. Yeah, I think, you sit there and you look at those games, how they'll match up this week. I think you're going to see a Fairview Hominy championship game.
Yeah, that would be number 1 versus number 2 in the High School Huddle rankings. Fairview will take on Woodland, Fairview, the home team. 7 o'clock at Hera High School.
Yep.
And then the Hominy Hooker game up in Alva. Northwestern State University. Hooker versus
Rangers.
Hominy.
Go Rangers.
And, of course, the 2 winners there will move on to the state championship game. Saturday, December 9th at 1 o'clock. So that means Class 2A will have the final game of the year.
Final game of the year?
December 9th on Saturday.
It was reversed last year.
It was reversed, yeah. Fairview Gore was the last game.
Yep. That was a great game.
It was a good game.
Great
It was
game.
a good game. So that is it. Class 6A all the way down to Class A. I probably need to throw in Class B and C brackets here real quick for everybody to have those to be fair. Cheyenne beat Yale 40-30. Velma Elma, the Comets, take down Drumright. Good season for Drumright. Don King, that's where Don King's from, Drumright.
Oh, it is? That's
yeah,
from
he was a big Tornado fan this year.
Yeah.
Always every year, but especially this year. But Velma Elma wins 50-30 to set up O'Keene and Velma Elma, 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon at Western Heights High School. Western Heights, boy, they always look for extra for all playoff games. They love hosting playoff games. They also host state track, so always appreciate Western Heights. Right in the middle of Oklahoma City, so it always helps to have a good facility there. They're very good at hosting those things. The other side of the bracket, Class B state semifinal, Regent Prep takes down Oklahoma Bible 70-50, and Sealing takes it to Walika 52-6. And I'm sorry, Regent Prep. I don't know if I said that right. Regent Prep beat Oklahoma Bible 70-50. So state semifinal game, O'Keene, Velma Elma over at Western Heights at 1 o'clock. And Regent Prep will take on Sealing, that game at 7 o'clock at Western Heights. That is the Class B bracket. And then the Class C state championship game to be played at Southern Nazarene University on Friday night. Southern Nazarene University in Bethany. It'll be Tipton taking on Ryan. Ryan defeated Timberlake 48-40, and Tipton shut out Winoka 54-0. Ryan versus Tipton in the Class C state championship.
Good luck to all those teams.
Yep. Not sure if we'll have any more of records or games taken officially. Oops. That's the preseason graphics. I feel like I still had the preseason graphic. It went by so fast like that. But we do want to show the high school huddle rankings. That's after
one
week 13.
short?
One short.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Let's see.
That's unofficial.
Oh, that's official.
No, it's not.
Why is that not?
Because we got another week of 2A and A ball.
I thought you said we're not picking state championship games because we're calling them.
These are semifinal games.
It's not. This says more about me than anything else. I'm down one game.
You're going to be Barry Sanders?
I'm one game, and
Barry Sanders.
I said, we're picking 2A and A this week, and we can pick the Thunder and anything to get 10 games on there.
Yeah.
But I thought, you know what? No, it's time to.
So Ronnie's officially.
We got a lot to do with production, and I don't think we should be making picks.
No, I agree with that.
Championship picks.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I can make them. I'm not calling any games.
See, this is who you're standing up for right now.
Yeah.
Don't forget Marcus.
Doing all for nothing.
I don't want to make any decision because, I wore my shirt today that my good friend Kristen Martin, our Ohio friends that me and Sarah are great friends with. She bought me this shirt back when I was coaching Little League baseball there, and just says, I just hope both teams have fun.
That's all you're looking for?
That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, that was her mentality over there in Ohio, and that's mine now. Thank you, Kristen, for the shirt.
That's yours right now, because that's not your philosophy.
No. No, this is just for the show.
Okay, just for the show.
Yeah.
All right, Marcus. Appreciate you sticking with us to get this on the insert here. Marcus asks, will all games be live on Saturday? Of course, all the games will be played at UCO's Chad Richardson Stadium. So if you're near, you can watch 5 football games, state championship games, in one location. That's one great thing about UCO hosting all the state championships. You've got 5 great games in one venue spread over 3 days. If you're unable, for whatever reason, unable to make it to Edmond for any of those games, the games will be streamed live on the NFHS network, which if you go to the website, unable to make it is nfhsnetwork.com for any of those games. And it is a subscription. It's $11.95 for 30 days, and there's also a yearly package. So with $11.95 monthly subscription, you can watch all the state championship games, not only this week, but next week as well. And then, if you want to cancel, you can cancel. If you want to keep on going, because there's other, and that's not just Oklahoma. You can watch all over. The NFHS network does all, I think, 46 out of 50 states.
Yeah.
So it's not only just an Oklahoma thing. If you want to pick up some other states as well, and that's not just football. There's all types of sports being played on the network.
Great service.
Yep. So that's one way to check it out, Marcus. If not, always come out to the stadium and enjoy some football. Yeah. I guess it's football weather. Is that what they say? Thursday's going to be a little wet.
I used to be more.
Hopefully not wet.
I used to be more excited about football weather.
Yeah, you were big on football weather.
Not anymore. I'm over that.
Oh, here's that east side shot right there.
What?
That may or may not be mentally for 6A1 championship.
Mentality. Well, get over it, Dallas.
What's the mentality? I'm sorry, catch me up.
I'm pretty sure it's the fact that the East Side school has got to come to UCO to play state championship game. I think that's what he's referring to. Make a higher bid, East Side, right?
Yeah,
I enjoy it because it's right down the road from us.
Well, I enjoy it because the stadium is full.
Yes,
it's central.
Yes.
UCO does an incredible job of rolling out the red carpet for everybody.
Yes.
That's why I enjoy it. And the production is first class in that facility. There's a lot of reasons to do it at Chad Richardson, but to Ronnie's point, all you got to do is bid.
One check away.
I can't brag enough about UCO.
Yeah, incredible.
I was there today setting up and they upgraded.
Mark there?
Mark was not there, but the scoreboard got the LED, the scoreboard got upgraded, and they have ribbon on the ribbon scoreboard now.
Oh boy!
On the on the performance center.
That's awesome.
It's another upgrade there. So
thank you, Mr. Richardson.
Yeah, they added more cameras as well. So, UCO does it right. And, I can see why someone in Tulsa might be upset, but it's not. It was bids were taken, and
did a whole process and everything.
Seeing the inside and outside of it, UCO great host. Not that anybody else wouldn't be, but UCO really kind of goes out of their way.
They do.
It's about the atmosphere too. We've been to state championship games no matter where they've been over the years, and the atmosphere is just second. It's not the same like it is at UCO. Yeah. You can pack that place, whereas if you go to Tulsa, OU, OSU, it's none whatsoever.
I thought that's where to be.
Yeah. You were dead wrong.
Yeah. Dallas was talking about his shirt, but I'm glad we were able to talk about UCO and we'll talk about it next week as well. But
I just want to get a little controversy in there for you.
No, you're good at that.
Yeah. You might want to go, oh boy, I don't need any controversy.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Dallas was referring to Ronnie's shirt officially, not.
See, everything's not an attack, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Well, it's because of you. I hang out with you because you feel like everything's an attack, so I feel like everything's an attack.
I do not feel like everything's an attack. Do I?
I thought.
I don't feel that way.
I didn't think Dallas was going that route either.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's cap.
But I wasn't for sure either. So
I'm
not sure when my comments are a little delayed.
I just want to say something.
Just let it die down, Ronnie.
No, I don't care. Yeah.
I haven't seen anything on it this year.
No, I haven't either.
Just was that before the season when they did all the bidding? Or was it end of last year?
I can't remember.
End of last year, early this year. Yeah. I think UCO got a 5-year deal. So.
Yeah,
5-year deal.
Yep.
So, all right, we are out of here. Best of luck to your team this week if they're still playing. Got to practice Thanksgiving Day not too long ago.
Yep.
So
everybody has fun.
Oh, jeez.
It all starts Thursday night.
Drive.
4A state championship. We'll hope that we'll come back next week, talk about state championship games. We'll have some highlights.
Yep.
If everything goes well, technology-wise, we'll have the highlights from this week's state championships, and we'll preview 2A, A, and B state championships next week. Big thank you to our great title sponsor, Generations Church, once again, for being the title sponsor of the High School Huddle. Of course, all the great sponsors as well to keep us up and going every single season. That'll do it here on the Huddle. Appreciate all the great comments and questions as well from our great viewers out there. We'll talk to you next week when we talk about state championship games once again. This has been the High School Huddle.
He says he doesn't know if Coach B's hanging it up or not.
Now, Dallas is an assistant coach
at Owasso now. Oh, he is having it? Yeah, he doesn't even know. Well, according to his text to me just now, but he says